This is your boy Shafferspeeks. Let's get right into it. DC Legends of Tomorrow. Slay anything, and as you can see, Ray and Nate are slayed up for prom because they go back all the way back to 1989. Yeah, that's right, y'all. 31, 32 years ago, our time, and so they go back there because they're here to stop a telekinetic serial killer named Freddy, I believe is his name. Now, Freddy was the typical kid who got picked on by bullies, but all he ever wanted was to ask out his love interest to the prom and really just have a relationship with her. And that all went to hell when he got bullied and got trash thrown on him. It's very Carrie-esque, if you ask me. Just minus the blood, just trash. Now, see, Ray and they were able to trump, that trick, but he actually ended up getting confronted directly by the bullies, got trash put on him, and that was said to trigger him, and that's what made Freddy who he is. Turns out, he gets executed in Iron Heights 2004, and his mother's there to watch. His last words was that he loved his mother. Now, come to find out, his mother is the actual serial killer. Because before this, like I said, Freddy was just always that one loner kid that just wanted to have a grand prom entrance, his girl right on his arm, and to win a dance competition, win the talent show pretty much at the prom. His mother, of course, was all against it. Nora was even there just to help out. As the fairy godmother, she has the ability to sense people's grandest wishes. Freddy was the one with the highest need. And like I just said, that aforementioned, his big wish was to be fly as hell at prom and win the competition at prom. And so he does so. The thing is, though, it's a lot of hopscotching, guys. We go from 1989 back to 2004, back to 2020 in Newcastle, UK, where we see my boy Constantine confront his very master, which happens to be Astra's mother. And at first he really didn't want to do it, but Charlie had to convince him to do so, and he does it. He does so by the end of the episode, because he wanted to actually leave a wave rider and things of that nature as well at the very beginning of the episode. Mick also we learn a lot about Mick actually in this episode as well. Mick has a love interest. It turns out the serial killer and Mick, they actually attended the same high school. Mick's love interest at the time, Allie, actually is killed by the serial killer, just as they are actually beginning to, learn more about each other. Talking about what could have been, and so on. But you know what? Mick is able to somehow reconnect with Allie at the end of the damn day. And then also, you have Nate still holding on to the love and memories of Zari. And Zari actually has a flashback of her old life when she actually tries to ask Gideon for a favor. She was actually transported into the limo of 1989 with the killer, and that's when Zari realizes that it's his mother. And turns out, actually, in 2004, when Freddy gets wrongfully executed, his mother has a heart attack and dies. So now that Freddy's now married to Tiffany, which is his love interest from prom, things are different now, and that's why Mick was able to actually spend some time with Allie. Overall, this was a really great episode, man. I really enjoyed the flashback. I loved especially in this thumbnail right here. You see my boy Ray suited and booted. You see Nate with a smile on his face. I really enjoyed this episode, top to bottom, man. I really do. And I love the connection between, Constantine's pilot episode, his own little mini series, and also the animated movie. So keep it up, guys. This is when you boy Shafferspeeks, peace and love.